Hi, I'm Luke O'Neill and here I am in my lab at the Trinity Biomedical Sciences Institute. So this week I'm going to talk about a case in Hong Kong which seems to be a case of reinfection. It's a person who had the virus before and got reinfected with a slightly different version of the virus. The good news is they had no symptoms. So the immune system seems to have worked in that person, we hope, and protected them, and this gives us hope for the future that being reinfected won't actually make you sick. Now this illustrates how science works. It keeps moving forward. Previously we wondered will people get reinfected or not, and yet this case tells us it's possible, but very importantly it may not give rise to sickness, and that's exactly what science should be like. And yet more news on risk factors, and it turns out obesity has become even more important. A big study looked at lots of different risk factors: age, obesity, UV in the environment, food, all kinds of things were measured, and lo and behold, obesity is number 2 after aging. So again, that really worries us because obese people have to be very, very careful. If you have a high BMI, you got to really be careful because you're in a vulnerable group. And one very interesting aspect of immunology, llamas of all creatures make a very interesting antibody, a bit different to our antibody. They're more potent, they're a bit smaller, and lo and behold, they're using llamas now to make antibodies to block the virus in COVID-19. They're much easier to make and they may be much more effective than regular antibodies, and a company is now developing llama-based antibodies to treat COVID-19. And again, one big scientific question that we keep wondering about is, will the virus get weaker? Previous viruses have indeed got weaker over time. The 1918 pandemic was one good example where the virus actually got a bit weaker. Well, guess what? They've now found a weaker strain of the virus, mainly in Asia, and it causes less illness. It's missing 2 genes called ORF7 and ORF8, and lo and behold, there may be a weaker strain emerging. The question is, will that begin to dominate? Wouldn't that be wonderful? If people got infected with the weaker strain, it may protect them against the stronger strain, and lo and behold, then we'll see this pandemic begin to resolve, I guess. And you can hear all about these latest stories with me and Pat Kenny on Newstalk.